On St George's Day, ready to save Savile Row. There's been a great turnout. There's so many people here with lots of placards. And the reason we're here is that Abercrombie Fitch wish to open a children's shop on Savile Row. Now, it's not very befitting of the Row, which has been known for its sharp tailoring for hundreds of years. We'll be heading around the corner to Burlington Gardens to go and see Abercrombie Fitch's flagship store in London, to interview some of the protesters as well as some of the organisers later on, and we're going to try and see if we can get Abercrombie and Fitch's view on the subject as well as other people that work on Savile Row. This is Sadie Doherty for the Vintage News.
So now, okay, there's a little flurry of media attention. There's quite a number of people walking around with notebooks and cameras of all shapes and sizes, But just listen, hang on a minute, here we are, we're in the centre of London, it's on a Monday morning, and I mean, bar the noise of the odd rattly lorry that's going past, I think we have to agree that this is the most civilised demonstration, possibly, that has ever been held in this country.
Hello, I'm here with Mr B. How are you enjoying yourself so far?
It's splendid so far, yes, but well, for 9 o'clock on a Monday morning, it's not too bad.
Yes.
Yes.
So, how did you become involved in the protest?
Well, obviously, I'm a friend of the Chap and have been for a few years now. And yes, Gustav asked me to pop along and join, lead the chorus in all we're saying is give three peace a chance.
Yes.
So that's what I shall be doing as we wander our way around there.
Yes. So, do you think there's going to be any trouble caused?
Well, I've got a show to do tonight, so I can't really go to prison today. It will be inconvenient for me to go to prison, but who knows?
Do an afternoon stint.
Well, yes, Atters has brought his whip, so who knows?
Anything could happen.
I think it may be a bit of bum whipping going on, perhaps. Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes,
with
nothing more than that. We're not those sort of people, really, are we?
So, what show do you have tonight?
I'm playing in sunny Guildford this evening.
Oh, okay.
Yes, which should be good fun.
It's not too far.
Yes, not too bad.
Have you got many shows lined up for the near future?
Yes, I'm doing doing one in Essex on Wednesday, and then Brighton on Thursday, and another one in Brighton on Saturday, I believe. Yeah, all sorts really.
Oh, okay.
It's all go. It's all push for I've got the Tweed album coming out soon.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us.
You're very welcome, my dear.
Let you get back to the picket line.
Okay, right, sure.
And we'll talk to you later.
Will do. Lovely.
Okay, Gustav, now, as far as I'm concerned, you are the organiser of this protest today, or is that not the case?
As far as I'm concerned, I am as well.
Excellent.
I think so. I think
That's
so.
a
Yes.
good start, anyway,
that's what I was told.
So, from the horse's mouth, then, what's the problem? What are you angry about?
Well, Abercrombie and Fitch is an American chain store selling, in my opinion, rather vulgar, tacky T-shirts and underpants with slogans on them and so forth. They want to open a shop on Savile Row, the heartland of English bespoke tailoring for the last 200 years, selling this kind of apparel, and I think it's appalling. And I think Savile Row, it's only one street. I think it deserves to remain the home of bespoke tailoring forevermore. I think it's appalling, so that's what we're protesting against, to try and stop them opening this shop. They've already got a shop right here on the edge of Savile Row.
Yes.
The
yes,
queue's
I didn't
already.
realise it was quite this close. So.
It's very close. The windows overlook Savile Row, and not only that, but the queues constantly, not today, but the queues in the summer go right round the corner, right down Savile Row, and they intentionally do that. The queues could easily go down there.
Oh,
they
right,
allow them to go down there.
It's not
but the
being
worst,
very neighbourly, is it?
the worst thing they do is they pump out this horrible cologne. They literally pump it out of the shop into the street. So you walk past and your clothes stink of teenage smells.
That is quite an affront to fashion, really.
Of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
I can see that's not a good thing. Now, okay, so if we were going to go to them and say, look, these people don't really like what you're doing. If, let's say that Abercrombie and Fitch were to be given that shop, what could they do in that shop to appease you?
They could completely discard their entire range, and they could do a new range of bespoke suits for gentlemen. I don't mind off the peg. I mean, Gibbs and Hawkes sell off the peg. That's fine, as long as there is a bespoke element to the business.
Absolutely.
So if they would do that for us, the thing is, Abercrombie and Fitch in the 1890s were a very respectable American retailer of travel and adventure wear for gentlemen. They made pith helmets, safari suits, walking boots. You know, they were a proper brand, and they were selling stuff which, I mean, if they were selling that sort of stuff, I wouldn't mind at all.
Well, no, of course not.
But the thing is that the current Abercrombie & Fitch has nothing to do with that. They bought the name off them in the 80s when they went bust, and turned it into what it is now, which is, you know, basically Primark for slightly richer people.
Right. Yes. I must admit, I think. Well, I mean, Abercrombie and Fitch seem to have a name for themselves. So I thought if they're moving into Savile Row, perhaps they should have a bespoke section.
Yes.
Because I'm sure that their customers would be more than interested to coming and having a look, if nothing else.
They might do. Although, how can you make a bespoke T-shirt which says, "Who needs a brain when you've got these?" across the chest, aimed at 16-year-old girls? I mean, how can you make a bespoke version of that? I mean, bespoke really implies proper suits and proper tailoring.
Yes,
that's the trouble, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not selling anything remotely resembling a suit.
Right.
And it's a children's shop. It's not even going to be adult wear, which is in itself, it's offensive.
Oh, but parents love wasting loads of money on their children, so I wouldn't say that the children's shop is necessarily adult.
No, the parents are welcome to go and waste their money on their children elsewhere. They can do that on Regent Street, on Oxford Street,
true.
Any street.
Or right here, round the corner from Savile Row.
Any street in any town in the whole world. They don't have to go on to Savile Row to do that. I'm sure they won't object. You know, the parents of their kids aren't going to say, "Oh, I wanted to go to Savile Row to buy children's clothes there." It's unlikely. It's really all about hijacking and I think urinating on the heritage, intentionally so, because the doyen of Abercrombie and Fitch, Mike Jeffries, has his suits made on Savile Row. So he likes the product,
right?
But doesn't care about the origin. You know, it's like going to a really good restaurant, having a lovely meal, and coming out and thinking, "I know what, I'll open a McDonald's next door." As a kind of tribute. It's bizarre. It makes no sense whatsoever.
So now, this feels slightly like you're kind of paddling against the tide here, because I also saw that there was, is it Couples are also considering or are just about to open a store here that are a similar breed to A&F, but are Paris-based.
Yes.
So
no better.
I mean, I don't think there's anything we're going to be able to do other than standing guard 24/7 to make sure that this doesn't end up just being another commercial street.
We'll do that then.
Right.
We'll just round the clock. We'll become like the pedestrian in Parliament Square. We'll set up a camp, chain ourselves to the railings forever.
Now a camp, that would be quite interesting.
It'd be very good.
Yes.
Although we wouldn't use chains. We'd use sort of bits of silk.
Yes, absolutely.
We'd have bespoke chains. No, you're right. The battle is kind of half lost already. But I think we need to, go down shouting and make our point.
Yes.
We've got a petition as well against this. Quite a
so people
healthy
can sign
petition.
up to that, and then it'll go to some MP or to
we will send that to Boris Johnson and to Westminster Council, who are obviously in charge of all this. Westminster Council is supposed to have designated Savile Row a kind of heritage site where devoted to bespoke tailoring, but in the small print it says, I think 75% of trade, so they've obviously got around that one.
Right.
I mean, I think it's, and I also think it's sad that on a less chappish note, but still relevant to British cultural history, is the Beatles played their final concert on the rooftop of that building right there. Right. John Lennon, Paul McCartney were up there, and even that feels like it's been desecrated, because even they were, they had their suits made on Savile Row. They were in the spirit of the road.
Yes.
So it's a sad day, but here we are making our point.
Indeed, as it has to be made, and very well you're making it too, sir.
Thank you.
So really, effectively, companies aside, what we're really against is baggy clothing.
Yes.
Just have clothes that fit.
It's a good point. I mean, if the real revolution would be to wipe out every single chain store selling T-shirts, but we're not going to do that. We kind of accepted that that's what we don't want to impose our fashion, ideas on everyone. That would be sort of,
just as bad
bordering
as
exactly. So people are free to wear what they like, but I don't want them to come to Savile Row to wear it or to buy it. That's the point. Keep it real and keep it traditional and just keep it as it was, like Jermyn Street is.
Yes. Although I did hear that's being redeveloped, or there were some
but the original shops are being allowed to stay. Very kindly.
That's good. Yes.
Oh yes, how generous! They're being allowed to stay there. Trumpers are being allowed to stay on Jermyn Street.
4 times the rent as well. So,
I'm sure there'll be a Costa Coffee opening up there or something.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Anyway.
Right, well, thank you very much for
Not
speaking
at
to
all.
us, Gustav.
A pleasure.
With Atters, the editor-at-large and resident bounder of the Chap. How's your day going today?
Oh, it's going joyously. I mean, look, even the skies are weeping at what's happening to this lovely street.
Yes, they're just upset about the state Savile Row will be in.
Absolutely, but we are saving the day.
Yes. So how?
Lovely perfume, by the way.
Why, thank you. How do you think the protest has gone so far?
I think it's absolutely splendid. It's going to be a perfection any moment when we'll hit the pub. I think that's going to be rather fun. Yeah.
Well, it's a Chap event.
It is very important. Liquid refreshments.
Yes.
But no, I think we've made our point. Can't you see the way the streets quivering?
Yes.
Quivering. That's our activities.
Absolutely quivering. What's happening after this? Is there going to be...
Again, we're going to have a very important official meeting over glasses of absinthe, possibly, and discuss our next move.
Yes.
It'll be something clandestine, but very important, and the world will know all about it. And if not, I shall just have to thrash a few ladies.
Not sure if that will stop Abercrombie Fitch from setting up shop,
no, perhaps not, but I'll enjoy it, so we'll have to see.
So are you at any other Chap events?
The Chap Olympics, I believe I'm going to buffoon around there, certainly. I'll be writing my usual columm and interviewing. Oh yes, I think there'll be a very interesting chap being interviewed in the next edition of the Chap.
Okay, well thank you very much for yours. I think we should probably get out of the rain now.
I think so. God, look at
So, there you have it. The most civilised protest I'm sure there will ever be in London. And everybody's happy.